Have you ever wondered if you could have a stroke and not even know it? No collapse, no paralysis, no slurred speech, no ambulance, and yet your brain is quietly damaged. This is called a silent stroke, and today we need to talk about it. Because silent strokes are not rare, they are not harmless, and they are not something only old people get. They are happening right now to millions of people around the world. This video could protect your brain, so stay with me. A silent stroke happens when blood flow to a small part of your brain is blocked, just like a regular stroke. But the difference is this: you do not feel it. There may be no dramatic symptoms, no warning bells, no obvious signs, but inside the brain, a small area of tissue dies, and that damage is permanent. Imagine a tiny light bulb inside a huge building. If one small bulb goes out, you might not notice. But what happens if more bulbs keep going out, one by one, over years? Eventually, the building becomes dim. That is what silent strokes do to the brain. Here is something surprising. For every person who has a major stroke, about 5 others may have had silent strokes. In people over 60, studies suggest that up to 1 in 4 may have experienced at least one silent stroke, and many do not know it. This is why doctors sometimes discover silent strokes by accident, during a brain scan for headaches, dizziness, or memory problems. The person feels fine, but the scan tells another story. Silent strokes usually happen because of problems with blood vessels. Let's break it down simply. Your brain needs oxygen. Oxygen comes from blood. Blood flows through tiny vessels. If one small vessel becomes blocked, even briefly, the brain cells in that area suffer. The most common causes are high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, smoking, irregular heartbeat like atrial fibrillation, and aging. High blood pressure is the biggest culprit. Think of high blood pressure like water flowing through pipes at very high force. Over time, that pressure damages the inner lining of the pipes. The vessels become stiff, narrow, fragile. Eventually, one small vessel closes off, and a silent stroke occurs. You might ask, why don't I feel it? Because many silent strokes occur in deep areas of the brain that do not control obvious movements like your face or arms. They often happen in the white matter, the communication highways of the brain. When a tiny area is damaged, the brain sometimes compensates. Other areas take over, so you continue life, normally. But damage accumulates, slowly, quietly. Now here's the part you need to understand. Silent strokes are not harmless. They increase your risk of a major disabling stroke, memory loss, difficulty concentrating, walking problems, balance issues, mood changes, and even vascular dementia. Imagine your brain as a network of roads. If small side streets close one by one, traffic still moves, but eventually, the main roads become overloaded. Then one day, a major blockage happens. That major blockage is the stroke people recognize. Silent strokes are often the warning signs before that event. Let me share a common scenario. A 68-year-old woman begins forgetting appointments. She feels slightly unsteady when walking. Nothing dramatic. Her family thinks it is just aging. She gets an MRI scan. The doctor finds multiple small silent strokes. Over the years, those silent strokes affected memory and balance. If her blood pressure had been controlled earlier, if risk factors were managed, some of that damage might have been prevented. And here's another example. A 52-year-old man feels perfectly fine. He has high blood pressure, but does not take medication regularly. He smokes occasionally, works long hours, little exercise. One day he has a scan after minor dizziness. It shows 2 silent infarcts. He never knew, but now his risk of a major stroke has doubled. Silent does not mean safe. The most reliable way to detect silent strokes is through an MRI scan. MRI can show small white spots in deep areas of the brain. These spots represent areas where blood supply was interrupted in the past. CT scans can sometimes show older damage, but MRI is more sensitive. But here's the challenge. We do not routinely scan everyone, so prevention becomes extremely important. The good news is this: most silent strokes are preventable. Let's talk about what you can do. First, control your blood pressure. Know your numbers. If you have hypertension, take your medication consistently, not sometimes, not when you feel like it, every day. Second, control blood sugar. Diabetes damages small vessels throughout the body, including the brain. Third, manage cholesterol. Fourth, stop smoking. Fifth, exercise regularly. Even brisk walking for 30 minutes a day improves circulation. Sixth, check your heart rhythm. If you have an irregular heartbeat like atrial fibrillation, you may need blood thinners to prevent clots. These are conversations to have with your doctor. Even though silent strokes often go unnoticed, there may be subtle clues. Gradual memory decline, trouble concentrating, mild imbalance, slower thinking speed, personality changes. If these changes are new or progressing, seek medical advice. Early intervention matters. We often fear dramatic events, heart attacks, major strokes, but the quiet threats can be just as dangerous. Silent strokes are like termites in a house. You may not see them, you may not hear them, but over time, they weaken the structure, until one day, serious damage appears. To conclude, silent stroke is a condition you cannot feel, a damage you cannot see, a risk you cannot ignore. Your brain is your identity, your memories, your personality, your ability to think, walk, and live independently. Protect it. Monitor your blood pressure. Manage your health conditions. Adopt a heart-healthy lifestyle. And if you are at risk, talk to your doctor about screening. Just because it is silent does not mean it is harmless. Listen to the whisper before it becomes a shout. If this video helped you, then share it. Someone you love may need this information. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. Stay informed, stay proactive, protect your brain.